Hello, you're watching my musical success journey. My name is Ivan, and today I wanted to interview Mitch, who's here with me in the studio. How you doing, Mitch?
Hey, Ivan. Thanks for having me over.
Oh, you're welcome. And we're gonna be discussing the live stream which happened May 17th,
Our recent live
Saturday,
stream.
May 17th, our recent live stream, and I had thoughts on it. I've already shared those thoughts with you in a previous video, but I told you I wanted to do an interview with Mitch to get his input and his thoughts on how he thought the live stream went. I thought it went really well.
I thought it went really well. It was a lot of fun. Happy with the results. Happy with. There's this aspect too with having a band. We didn't get on each other's nerves. We set up. We were down here in a sweaty hot box, not complaining, just describing. And at the end of it, we were all still friends and happy with each other. So there's that. We played pretty well together. We played really well most of the time, a few little exceptions. And yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. And I've gotten nothing but good feedback from people.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So there's that. Now, if you want me to go into some detailed thoughts about it, I don't have like a whole book of thoughts about it, but one thing that I can't I cannot help doing when somebody asks me how a gig or a recording session or anything went, almost immediately I start nitpicking about all the little things that were less than perfect.
Right.
Something could be 95% good, and and it's not that I'm trashing anything or complaining, but the thing that I end up talking about is the little 5% that could have been a little bit better.
Right.
I suppose that's just if you're trying to perfect your craft and your art and what you're presenting to the world, then those little things are important, and that's why my mind
Yeah.
goes to those. But it was a good session. I'm hoping we'll do it again. I don't know if it's a lot of work for George with the drums, apart from all the work that you did for setting up and the whole band thing. So I don't know if George is going to be enthusiastic. I think he probably will, though. I think he said he wants to do it again.
He would like to do it again.
Okay,
Great,
good.
man.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he texted me the next day
Yeah.
and said how much he enjoyed him. Well, he said how much he liked the sound and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I told him, I had to do some editing
Yeah.
on it because of the syncing of it wasn't.
The initial syncing
Yeah,
was off.
if you go to the live stream and you watch the original video that was live streamed, which I left it up,
Yeah.
and then you compare it to my edited version, you'll see the difference.
The one thing that bothered me, you fixed that, and I appreciate that, and I know it's a lot of work, but I was telling people that I was a ventriloquist and I was talking without moving my mouth. And I kind of ruined that
That joke.
that joke. So, so the sound was excellent. Everything came through clearly. The one thing that, big point that I'm learning from it, not that I wasn't aware of it, and I think we were all aware of it, the dynamics. And I think we've got pretty good dynamics. We're not full blast the whole time. But where I think we're going to work on improving is the balance of the four parts of the band in the moment as we're playing. Basically, there's times when I was too quiet. There's times when I was definitely too loud, although it sounds pretty good on the recording. In the room, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? And am I blasting you guys' ears off? And that's something I'm always working on, trying to get that. And I felt the same issue with the keyboard. I like the keyboard for the most part. This is a general rule. During vocals, for the keyboard to be in the background and then to come up nice and strong for solos.
So did you like the interaction that you had with the audience?
Yeah, that was
watching,
fun.
the people that were watching?
That was fun. People were commenting. Although I didn't like watching the video, I didn't like that my eyes were up on the screen. What?
My mom said something. She's
Yeah.
like, you keep staring at the screen. Well, yeah. And I think I was going to mention that maybe we should only look at the screen after a song.
Yes.
While we're playing, we're focusing on the song and not focusing on what's going on in the chat box.
That's a good takeaway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, let's make sure to remind ourselves to do that. Yeah, because it is fun to see the comments, though. And, well, I think the general world out there, they know because you probably talked about it, but we played the first 4 songs without actually having connected to the outside world. And then,
yeah, that was embarrassing.
And then we're getting some comments
totally
up there
embarrassing.
like waiting for you guys to start. I'm like, what?
the outside world didn't know any better,
right?
But I knew, and in front of you guys, I was like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed that I forgot to hit that button.
Yeah, but you know what? We're a pretty well integrated band. We get along with each other. We work together. I don't think anybody got upset about it.
I don't think so either.
No.
I think we were just like, well, we did make some boo-boos, so we had a chance to redeem ourselves, so that helped.
The second round on those songs was better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Another thing, I guess we played an hour and 43 minutes, I think the thing was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and we probably should have taken a break somewhere, because for me, I can see the difference in the energy level.
Mm-hmm.
First 4 or 5 songs, energy is real high. Last 3 songs, vocal energy, just vocal energy.
Oh man,
vocal energy is flagging a little bit.
we were dying though, man, because it was really hot.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but my hands were actually coated with sweat. I look at my hands and they're like I had dunked them into a lake. They were completely wet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but anyway, that was good. And
so, what was some of the feedback that you got from people?
Oh, feedback I got from people. One was on the personal level. You guys really work together well. You guys get along together really well.
Okay.
Another one, similar personality-wise. You guys, all your personalities really come through. That was a lot. You guys are having a lot of fun.
Well, that was one of the things that I stressed, right?
Yeah.
This has got to be fun, guys. Let's have fun. Let's not stress too much.
Right.
But, I mean, of course you do stress, but I wanted it to be fun.
Yeah.
A good, fun experience that we could, share with each other.
Yeah. So that was another kind of a personal one that I appreciated hearing. And one person just said, "Oh yeah, you guys are really good together. The vibe and the genre is really happening." That was like a quote. I'm like, wow, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'm happy to hear that.
The vibe and the genre was really happening. That's cool.
Yeah.
My son, who's in his 30s, and he says he thinks we've got something here. We're older and everything, but the music that we play, he says, I really like it.
It's it pretty obviously appeals to any age. It really does. And I've played some of our recordings for grandkids, and they start jumping around the room. 11-year-old starts jumping around the room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I mean, it's not out of date. It's got classic roots for sure.
Right.
But and speaking of the classic roots, I don't know if I want to say this on the video or not. It's nothing wrong with it. But somebody said, "Oh, I hear a lot of Jefferson Airplane and Donovan." He didn't say a lot, but he said I can hear some Airplane and Donovan in there. And the first album I ever had when I was a kid, Donovan. The Donovan album. And I'm like, I told him, I said, you nailed it, man. Those are like 2 of my earliest things. I loved Airplane, and Donovan was an influence for sure.
So I guess overall, what did you feel any stress? Was it stressful for you or not stressful?
The only stress was my own personal relationship to my equipment, my pedals and my amp. And the guitar solo on "It's Never Too Late," I do not like that tone at all. I didn't like it when I started playing. But it's, so there's that, and there was the thing with the volume levels and the amount of overdrive in my tone. That's the only place I was stressing out.
Yeah.
Well, if I want to get really picky about it, the one song that was kind of, in my mind, close to a train wreck, which that was Desert Snake. That one, I was annoyed. For some reason, your bass volume dropped, so I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
And it was weird because we had just talked about, I think we had just talked about more bass.
More bass, right.
Yeah, and then it was up for a second.
And then all of a sudden it was like gone.
And it was
like,
gone.
What the heck?
Right. So
I don't know if that's a mic issue. Well, no, I was direct.
You were direct.
I was direct, so
And by the next song
it
it was
my issue.
Yeah, and then that one, I don't think while we were doing that, Louis knows that song, but while we were doing that song, he didn't know that song. So
Oh yeah, he was.
yeah,
He was definitely lost.
So on that one, I was annoyed, and what we probably should have done is we should have stopped, made the bass turn up to where it goes, where it needed to be, and I could have gone over real quickly in a matter of 15 seconds with Louis, and we could have restarted.
Well, the thing is, what I was hearing in my headphone sounded great.
Oh, the bass was good in the headphone?
Yeah,
Weird.
but it didn't translate to the live stream.
Right, and it didn't translate to me in the room.
Oh, really?
No, so I'm not hearing your bass,
That's
and
weird.
I'm not hearing Louis, because Louis was smart enough. I appreciate that if he didn't know where he was at, he didn't play. So it's down to guitar and drums for what I'm hearing.
Right.
And that song has a driving bass line that doesn't quit. So it was just not there. And I don't suppose we actually played it bad, in that respect.
No.
But the sound was not there.
Yeah. For everybody watching, would you recommend them doing a live stream
Absolutely.
with their bands?
If a band wants to have a nice thing that they can look at and use and get their self out to people, and the experience of doing it, yeah, absolutely. You get detailed in balancing the sounds and all that. So that's a big, for a lot of bands that aren't, if they're not too experienced, that would be a very useful thing too. So absolutely. Come on over to Matador Studios. Ivan will hook you up.
Yeah, I can hook them up, definitely. It's a lot of work, so I'm thinking I might have to charge a little bit more than I would usually charge.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and you got all the lights and the cameras and all that. I don't know. You'd have to research what the rate should be, but yeah, you don't want to give it away because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I think that, it was worth it for, I think, our band. It was worth doing, definitely. Yeah. I don't think that all of that effort was in vain, even though the live stream video and audio wasn't synced. I don't think it was. People still stuck around and they said it sounded great and they were giving their input and everything like that. So, I think for me that it was a very rewarding experience. I've got some experience doing it.
Back to feedback that I got. So got strong feedback on the energy and vibe and personality level and all that. But as far as how people liking the songs and the material, nothing but good feedback on that. And how we played together and the balance of everything. Nothing, I would pick it apart a little bit, but nothing but good feedback on that. One buddy of mine who tuned in from Florida, he's a guitarist for decades. He's played in bands. He said the same thing that you and I talked about. There were times when the guitar was too quiet, times when it was too loud. He said nothing was ruined by it, but that could be improved. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm working on that. But George, our drummer, he got good feedback about the sound of the drums and the balance and all that. So, yeah, good feedback all around, and it was good experience. Yeah, I would recommend anybody doing it. Absolutely, I want to do it again.
Well, okay, cool. I had a fun time and I enjoyed it. So yeah. I was thinking maybe next time we could do one outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just bought some cable, 200 feet of Ethernet cable, so we could somehow do something outside. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Well, I know how you are, Ivan. Your goals and what you want to achieve seem very big to me, but you plow through and you do them, so that's cool.
Well, I mean, that's the only way they get done, right?
Right.
You got to do them.
That's right.
I look at life as an adventure, and yeah, you got to work and pay your bills, but why can't you have fun and do things that you enjoy and try new things and, you know, explore your abilities and, you know, things like that. So I think that for me is a very important part of life.
Very important. Without that, what is?
Right.
Yeah. Well, now we've talked before about musical success journey, life success journey, and you should do what you love to do.
Right.
Find a way to make it happen. Find a way to do it. Yeah, to move forward. And that's success. That's what everybody should be doing.
And if you can make a living doing things that you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. That saying is true. I mean, like, I'm not making any money doing this stuff. I'm doing it for the pure enjoyment and learning of it.
Yeah.
Eventually, hopefully, that would be nice to have.
Yeah.
A little bit of income from doing this kind of thing. I think the idea that you gave me about maybe having bands come over and doing a live stream with them, you know, and do set up all the cameras and help them do a live stream out to people.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great undertaking. I don't know if it would happen, but
yeah, but it's worth putting it out there because it's a great. I mean, I'm looking at it. The finished video is going to be a great calling card on our. Well, you've got my musical success journey channel. I've got the Halo Moon channel on YouTube, and I'm going to put it on there when later on. So it's a good thing to have. It's a real good thing to have, and then there's that factor of like a sports team watching the film afterwards.
yes,
Then you can
critique, you can
right.
game plan for the next
Right.
one.
And if you've got a lot of experience, if you've got a few years of experience and you're paying attention, then you can kind of critique in the moment pretty well. But it helps, even if you've been doing it for years, it helps to watch a video. And if you haven't been doing it for a long time, then I think that would move you forward a lot quicker to see yourself and to see how you all interact and how it all sounds.
Right.
It's what's the word? It's subjective at that point. It's not subjective. It's objective. It's
Right.
really what it is, and you can tell.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. I mean, unless there's something else you'd like to say to people, or
I can't think of anything else offhand.
so I want to thank you, Mitch, for coming and doing this with me.
Oh.
And
I do have a couple things I can
oh
throw
yeah,
in.
okay.
Okay, so Halo Moon will be playing at Shovelhead in Chesterton, June 22nd, and they're having a Battle of the Bands on June 28th. So both of those will be worth showing up for. I'd like to see you out there at it's about 6 o'clock on June 22nd. We're going to play there. They have a great sound system, great venue inside. And we've also got a festival gig coming up July 13th up in Michigan. Find that one on one of our sites.
When is the strawberry one? Are we doing that one still?
Strawberry is June 1st.
June 1st.
June
Okay.
1st. That's a Sunday afternoon. We're playing at noon for one set. And the other one that we've got coming up is the other festival is going to be up in McHenry County, Illinois, August 23rd, I think.
Yeah, we did that one last year, and that was fun.
It was good.
I
It was
enjoyed
cool.
myself.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch. Well, thanks, man.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you.
All right.